What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Outerzone, the official podcast of Formula Drift. This is our PROSPEC Podium show here in Atlanta. Awesome show. Great to get the guys on. A couple of little back and forth, good jokes, and a lot of cool information about these drivers. All right. It's honestly my favorite podcast. And then it's PROSPEC, which is kind of makes it... You guys are a little less... You're a lot more unhinged. Yeah. Listen, all the pro guys, they've gone through media training. They got like managers and stuff. They know what to say.
So they got ruined.
Yeah. But like you guys, it's a little different because you guys are crazy. But one, congrats. Awesome night for all three of you. I know Demetri definitely wanted to win. That's just
absolutely. I'm sure everybody wanted.
Bro never settles, so I get it.
Yeah.
I want to start off. I heard rumors that there is now going to be a tramp stamp coming.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
So
Great way to open.
Yep. Last year, fighting for third place overall, my spotter said, if you podium, I will get a tramp stamp of the 272 logo. I didn't podium.
Right.
Didn't get third place. Going into this round, he goes, offer still on the table. All you need is one podium, and I will get that tramp stamp.
All right. So when's this happening? Like tomorrow? Like
no,
how are we doing this?
So he's got to go to Slush Fest. He's a driver. So he's going to, in 2 weeks, I think, is Slush Fest. And then right after that, as soon as he gets back, boom.
It's happening.
Under the needle.
Damn. That's crazy. That's wild.
So our slogan is whatever it takes.
Okay.
Originally, I was really trying to push for whatever it takes as a tramp stamp, because that's even worse.
Instead, it's, I mean, whatever it takes as a tramp stamp is definitely...
That's sus.
That says something. That says something. I mean, that's where my vote is, but any crazy bets with you guys? Anything there? No, you're all good?
No.
Dmitry, I gotta say, having your son up in the spotter's tower was awesome. The kid's good, man. Holds his own. He's very respectful of everybody, but he's definitely welcomed up there, and he's a good addition. It was cool having him up there.
Yeah, I mean, it showed good results.
Yeah. I know. He told me, he's like, hey, you have to bring it up that, like, the only reason he's on the podium is because I was up here. And I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can do.
You see, he gets it from me.
Yeah. And the big win, how, like, I know you've been chasing this for, like, a while, a minute at least. How's it feel? Truly, how does it feel now that it's settled in?
Truly, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very calming almost. Instead of like more like hype and excitement, this is crazy, it's almost just like calming. It's like, all right, now we've taken that first step. After this is our 5th year in PROSPEC, and it literally feels like we finally took that first step in a direction.
Yeah.
You know? Because I've contemplated leaving almost every single year. And my dad's always like, no, we can do this. And so that's why this is so huge.
That's sick. Okay, so for the collective, all three of you, give me some, like, what broke this weekend? Like, how much stuff have you broken between here, or since the start of the weekend and then the podium? I don't think this is something that gets talked about a lot, but I'm just curious. Like, I know some guys can make it through a weekend unscathed, but it doesn't happen often. Whoever wants to start.
So I didn't actually break anything. Our first test session was like a Friday a week ago, and we only got like 15 laps, and that was it pulling up here. So we were just trying to break the car in.
Okay.
All we had was a throttle cable that just kept on loosening up.
Oh, weird.
So all of practice, all I had was 60% throttle. So like my official practice was actually today. So all of today we were fighting, trying to find the right setup, all of that. But that was it.
That's not bad.
Came unscathed.
That's pretty good. Dmitry,
We came in with a car that kind of unprepared because I swapped the motor like a month ago for Jacob for his Pro-Am competition. And we went in to Gambler. I won, kind of worked everything good. And then at his Pro-Am first round, car didn't work all of a sudden. Then we fixed it. It worked. He won. Coming in here, I changed the oil, overfilled a little bit. Because I got distracted and put too much oil in it. And checked the boost leak, and it was leaking from quite a few spots. I'm like, I will fix it once I get to the track. So,
Jesus.
Because it was a couple minor things. I'm like, we'll have time. Well, sure enough, we did not have time. Well, too much driving on Thursday, which I didn't focus too much in PROSPEC. We kind of left it off and focused on Pro. And then today, I started in practice. We lowered the wheel speed because on Thursday it was completely wrong. So I drove in third gear. I'm like, let me just get a few laps in. That's it. So we got a better wheel speed for today to run fourth and third, and then we realized I'll keep losing even more boost.
You want to bring those over? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but you guys look thirsty. And I know champagne only goes so far. You're good. You can interrupt. This show is the least serious of everything we do. So, no offense. I'm just saying that, like, Dimitri's done this before. He knows what this show's like.
So, I think before top 16 is when we actually asked Louis Lons for the right gear set
Right.
to lower the wheel speed even more to make for the car easier. And we went and grabbed a couple things and tightened up some clamps, changed one of the fittings for the for the wastegate,
Yeah.
some vacuum leak, and it seems like the boost came back, but still not 100%. Power steering started overheating. It was like, kind of.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that in the interview, huh?
Yeah, that started doing, and I think that's it. No major breaks. Oh no. Well, I shouldn't talk about that yet. There was some other major issues, but we won't talk about it.
Yeah,
And
fair
we
enough.
overcame, and the car worked.
There you go. Anything for you, or car pretty tidy?
I'm gonna be honest. We showed up with sim data and like a little bit of testing. We never changed gears. We played around with. We had a rain setup and a dry setup.
Okay.
Debated on leaving the rear bar in or out.
Okay.
Ended up with it out.
Oh,
Felt
really?
Super
Okay.
good. And we pretty much just adjusted a little bit of shock rebound and air pressure the entire weekend.
Really?
We didn't. The only damage on the car is Cody hitting my door and
My
him hitting
bad.
my bumper. That was about it.
Dang, that's pretty good.
But we felt super prepared coming into this, and it just made my job super easy.
Yeah.
To just, all right, because I was a little bit nervous on entry, just with like the new layout and everything, and I for the first couple laps of practice, I like could not hit the box.
In that first inside clip?
I just kept hitting the rumble strips
Yeah.
inside, up the hill, down the hill, and then I kept overshooting 3, missing the inner clip and the keyhole. And I was like, what am I doing? And then we finally I consciously thought about it every single time I passed that spot. But overall, the car, it was there the whole time.
Nice. Overall, you guys fan of the track changes? Want it to go back? Was it better in the lead, better in the chase? Where are you at with it? 'Cause it doesn't seem like a huge departure. Like people looking at it like, oh, you moved a couple of clips in and out, and it's like, nah, it's huge out there.
Outside of the changes, the zone changes, the judging criteria,
Yeah.
like it was overlooked how much, I can't say like games, some of it was like unintentional,
Yeah.
how much the lead car can do a little adjustment.
Okay.
And then we'll leave the gap on the chase driver.
Yeah.
So right now it's kind of punished, and, won't be rewarded.
Yeah.
And with all these changes in the zones, it makes you drive nice and smooth and open for the chase driver, and it's really, really good. I mean, I didn't have a good, successful event here for the last 3 years or whatever I've
Yeah,
been
that's a
here.
good point.
Sorry
Yeah, I
about
forgot.
that last year.
And,
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
he beat me in top 16, and I was looking for a revenge in finals, but
he got his revenge.
I've never made it out of 32 here before, so
Oh, wow.
this is
Damn,
like,
okay.
This
Yeah.
was like a huge
That's
step.
interesting. That,
top
like,
16
yeah.
was my best result here, and I also had a little bit of more car issues and unpreparedness and stuff like that, being super busy, but I came in with a different mindset, and it worked out. Kind of bummed that I didn't have a good results in pro, but going against Jack Shanahan, man, you can't be,
so
70
tough,
or
man.
80%. You got to go 110.
Dude's a monster.
Yeah, so I think the track layout is good and really flowy and fun to drive.
Nice.
I love it.
I
love it.
totally agree. The track, the biggest thing in the chase here, even my 32 in previous years, was always the chase driver really never had anywhere to go other than nose to tail.
And
much
very
everywhere.
quick succession, right?
It was pretty quick, and going from inside apex to inside apex, like first inner clip to going up the hill, the chase driver has nothing to do but to be in the smoke. It was like force the smoke. Now I feel like in Atlanta, like the track layout now, as soon as I hit the spot that the judges want me to be, I have another spot that I'm supposed to be at.
Right.
I felt like there was a lot of, in years past, there was a lot of big gaps between where there was, you could hit the inner clip, but you could hit on the inside of the rumble strip. Top of the rumble strip was still okay. A little bit, the hash marks then went even beyond that.
Right.
So in years past, you had like an 8-foot section that honestly kind of was okay in the judge's eyes. Now, it was a little bit tricky for me in the lead to like pause my mind a little bit and stay outside on all the inside clips. But I honestly, as a chase driver, it felt way more smooth to run the track. Especially, honestly, I liked the OZ3 pushing a little bit wider there because I felt like, even though at first it felt super weird because it is off camber there, it felt smoother in the chase because I never on all my battles, even in practice, did I feel choked up going into that inner clip.
Interesting.
I'm completely split decision.
Okay. Fair. Be controversial.
As a chase driver, very good chase driving. I
Yeah.
love this as a chase driver. As a lead driver, it just doesn't feel natural to me. So
You're the second person that said that.
the last 2 years, I felt like you could get on throttle way earlier on entry with the inner clip a little bit forward more.
Yeah, I agree.
So I like that because I like to get on throttle sooner. The outer 3, I don't like how it's pushed so wide. As a lead driver, it feels like once I'm all the way out there, I have to like get off throttle a little bit or like just try to bring the car in, and it doesn't feel natural. Same thing going to the touch and go. You have to kind of force your car to transition. Naturally, to me, it feels like it wants to, when you transition, get sucked to the inside.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
you really do like have to add a ton of lock at that point.
Yeah.
And then almost not crab walk the car out that way, but like very close. Like you kind of, I've seen a lot of the drivers when they're coming through 3, they're having to shoot the car and then pull the angle and then float out to the touch and go and then get back on throttle down the hill.
Yeah, and last year it felt good because when you got into what would have been 2 then, you could, as soon as you get to 2, you could just dump on the angle and just keep that angle, and it naturally brings you into that inner clip.
Yeah,
where now I feel like you can't put all the angle in it because then you're going to be 2 on the inside because they move that inner clip out further.
I think you just got to do that whole section a lot slower with like open door for the chase, and that what felt unnatural. I'm like, I'm giving it too much space for the chase.
It did feel slow.
Dude,
it did feel
you know what I mean?
super slow.
But with the judges one, I feel like that's what exactly we needed. So I think that's where I agree with you. That it didn't feel natural because we used to like come in and try to get away, right? But this time you just keep floating, wide open. But like I said, it makes better tandem runs, and I agree with that.
I think it will naturally have drivers pull a lot of grip out of their cars. Like I saw that in practice. Guys came in with similar setups to what they had last year, and it looked tight, or at least the driving looked really tight, and you could see they just kind of struggled to get to all the zones, and it was very like, pointed.
Choppy.
Whereas this now, it's like, choppy is the best way. Now I'm seeing a lot of like on throttle, like really like increasing the wheel speed to break even more traction and float the car out, as opposed to before it seemed like guys were coming off throttle a bit to try and find grip again to shoot out. So it's weird. It almost sounds better out there too. Like I know that's such a strange thing to point at, but the only part that seems choppy, as you said, is 3. I think I like the idea of 3, but maybe pulling it just a little bit more towards where the road was.
That's
what on Demetri.
That's what threw me off was because usually the judges are like stay committed through the zone.
Yeah.
And with how 3 and the inner clip is set up, you need to
have
actually
to come off.
pedal it out and decel in 3, and that's where it felt weird. I'm I feel like I'm doing the opposite of what they told me to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking the way that the direction is going. The changes I really feel like Reese and Robbie have kind of brought in. Of like, okay,
drivers,
run bro lines. Like, let's make this a party. And it's going to take a huge shift for all the drivers to be like, no, having somebody on my door is not a bad thing.
Yep.
This is me showing that I'm doing my thing and that I'm doing what they want me to do.
And I think we saw those results in seating bracket calls. In some calls, like some people were riding somebody's door, and then in the opposite, when they switched, it was completely different. But then the guy who was far in the chase was still getting the win because of his lead. Well, and I like that.
There's a whole other topic, but
lead dominant.
Here's the thing: in the chase. Damn, sorry, I'm hungry, boys.
Yo.
Yeah, in the cheese. When you get in the cheese, there's three criteria, right? You've got line, you've got proximity, and you've got angle. So if you give up line and angle for proximity, you've given up 2 of the 3 criteria to get 1. Whereas if you leave proximity out, and I know that seems super weird, you can still get angle and line.
That's where grip comes in, though.
Yeah.
Like that's where I feel like everyone, as soon as we got in the top 8, the pace, at least for my spotter, the pace of the cars in top 8, we were all a second faster than everyone before.
I would
the
say
track gripped up. We did not change
you.
anything.
Yeah,
we did not change anything. The track gripped up, and we were moving faster.
I think that's all it is. That like
I was actually thinking to go up a couple of PSIs, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, and you're eased into it, right?
Yes.
You're eased into how that track's gonna be because every run's just a little quicker, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling it now.
I felt it on entry every single time. It was like a little bit.
That's where it gets tough, right? Because you're just dragging for like another beat.
It's up the hill in OZ too, because I was like dialed. I felt like I was doing the same thing, and then when I did my buy run, which helped me definitely out a lot, is I checked up my same marker. I checked up, and the car didn't dead slide near as much. And we knew track temps went from like 130 to like 80 in between top 32 to top 16. So that's a pretty huge change.
Yeah. You guys enjoying this though? Like, is this still? I mean, it's a lot easier to say it's fun now that you're on the podium.
Yeah,
but like,
I was gonna say because we're on the podium,
Yeah,
it's fun.
dude, I mean,
it sucks to lose.
I talked to your wife this morning, and I was like, "He'll do fine. He'll do fine." And she's like, "He's mad. He's big mad." And I'm like, "I've seen him drive mad though, and it's usually pretty sick."
Yeah, I think that's why I drove pretty good because I was mad at myself for yesterday.
But I mean, Dmitry, listen, you've had a solid career in PROSPEC. But for the other two, like you mentioned, almost giving up a few times or every time. What does this do for the motivation now moving forward? Like, do you go into the next round and be like, I'm king shit, I deserve to be here, this is why we do it, or are you still like, no, I need more, I need the championship?
Well, that's the thing about drifting is you can prove yourself once, and it doesn't mean
anything. Yeah.
You have to start over and do it again every single round.
Yeah.
And that's why I like drifting. But when we go into Jersey, we're no different than anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all starting in the same spot. We're getting the same practice
You don't have to go
laps.
through seeding though.
That's a plus. I'm not gonna lie. That's a blessing. Maybe it isn't. You know, I watched
practice.
the seat time that these guys got on the track with the new layout was incredible. But
And the points.
And the points. But I mean, it's 12 points. So it's just a little over winning one round from 32 to 16.
Cameron's a missile.
In PROSPEC, it's going to make a big difference, I
Yeah,
think.
it's going to 4 rounds.
Yeah.
It's there's almost a benefit to, like, I wouldn't say like deliberately losing
But
a round.
the same person can get it, like almost impossible to get it twice. Once you won a seeding bracket, you're basically out of it for the next round.
Yeah.
Or,
Well,
I mean, even if you're out in top 32, then you didn't get all those big points. You only got like 12.
Unless like a mechanical or something, you're pretty much never going to hit that again.
I like it. I like that it gives new drivers a kind of a more of a fighting chance coming in, and like puts some of the more established drivers on their toes right off the bat, and it gives you a benefit to do it. Like, I'm not saying guys, allegedly people flopped because in seeding last year, allegedly, because they're like, why would I damage my car for what? What's the point? Now it's like, shit, a couple points. I mean, that's the difference between, I think it was last year, was it like 9th and 5th was like down to a couple of points, and that's one seeding bracket win.
Seeding's so volatile, though. I don't think anyone, at least in PROSPEC, would take the risk of dropping themselves down.
No.
I mean, because again, it's a little bit more unpredictable to some degree.
Yeah.
Especially we have a ton of rookies in PROSPEC, and a lot of them are really good.
This is one of the best rookie pools
so
we've seen in a while.
Sick to see. And then, side note, it was cool to see pro seeding of like an entire PROSPEC like podium was sweet.
Yeah, it was good. I like that change. Yeah, how are you feeling about this, man? You got to interject. You got 2 talk boxes over here. You got to jump in.
Trying not to interrupt them.
No, you got to do it.
I will be super happy tonight.
Okay.
My competitiveness is really pissed off I lost. That's
fair.
about it.
That's fair.
Going into Jersey, like, I'm definitely going to want to push regardless. I'm going to go in like I'm low seed and just push like hell and try to actually end up on the top. Hi, I love you too.
Wisconsin gang.
Oh, that's why I said cheese. All right,
Yeah.
I got it.
That's where I'm at. I tied for 3rd last year, and I really want to be higher than that.
That's fair.
So we're just gonna push hard, and that's where we're at.
Sick. Love it. Last one, so you guys can go party. I don't like to hold you up too long.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah. Give me one cool piece of information, something neat, a story, anything like that you really want people to know about, that you feel like maybe has been overlooked, or something cool about you. I know it's hard to talk about yourselves. It's a little weird to do it, but you got an opportunity. What's something you kind of wish people knew, either about PROSPEC, about yourself, about your team, sponsors? Start on the end, work our way this way. Sorry, dude.
From North Dakota, first driver in FD from North Dakota.
That's pretty cool.
We actually have a Pro-Am there, and we're starting to send people up through the ranks into FD, and North Dakota's coming to
What's
the map.
the Pro-Am called?
ND Drift.
ND Drift.
ND Drift.
Sick. So if you're like within that area, you want to get that license.
Yeah, there's only like 3 people signed up right now for the Pro-Am this year, so we got to pump it up. Easy license.
Pump those numbers.
Easy license. It's the next Colorado. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired.
Oh.
I'm just
Who
kidding.
came here from Colorado?
I'm just kidding. I was cutting that
We're
part
not going to
out.
call the names.
I know. Anyways, I'm Demetri.
I don't know what to say. People seen me for a long time. I'm more of a family guy, dad, work hard. Basically, I do get support like parts-wise and stuff like that, but pay for everything myself, and it's tough at times. You're like, man, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
But times like this, keeps you going. Then sometimes I look at my pictures or look at the sign or like never settle
Yeah.
and you know, keep on going. But it's tough. I look at it as an investment, and I hope that my paving the way for my kids. Like Jacob is killing it right now.
Yeah.
Jaden, the youngest one, he drives really well by himself on E-Town road course all the time. He can link the whole track, and actually we'll see if I can put him like in Gambler competition next coming up. But me and Jacob definitely driving. So yeah, I hope that in a couple of years it's going to be more Brutskys in FD, and you know, hopefully we'll get some better support and do this, put on a good show and have fun, because I love this.
Hope so too, man. All right, wrap us up.
Wrap us up.
What do you got?
I'm from Wisconsin, the land of cheese, as you said.
Where in Wisconsin?
Like hour north of Milwaukee, Fond du Lac.
Oh, okay. I spent a bit of time in Appleton, so.
Yeah, Appleton. Yeah, in between.
Yeah,
I'm in between.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere. But no, I've pretty much raced my entire life. Went from snowmobiles, ice oval stuff, go-karts, raced a lot of circle track stuff, and then watched Ryan Turk's off seasons.
Oh, dude, classic.
It literally caused me. We sold all the circle track stuff we have. Built E36, the E36 that I won tonight with, same car.
Dude.
First car I ever drifted, only car I've ever drifted.
That's nuts.
You want to trade cars for
That's
a
good.
bit?
I do have a C-Time 846 that hit the track once. I don't even count it.
It doesn't count.
It's never been wrecked enough to re-chassis it. So it's the same one
That's
that I
good.
battled with
I remember
Demetri
you, yeah.
when he was in
Across the street.
Yeah, across
You
the
took
street.
second.
one
We
year.
actually went
Yeah.
one more time.
Yeah, he
Damn,
beat me.
look at it. He's got this.
2018.
And that was the license. He got
Yes.
the license and I didn't. Damn. But yeah, my dad supported me pretty much through literally every single stage. We have some good support this year, but with Yellow Speed and Wise Fab and some other parts partners and stuff like that. But my dad's really like the guy. He's the dude who, when I started grassroots drifting at US Air is my home track, so I'm like always been like a style boy. Final bout, which FD lands on central stage and final bout.
I know.
So I can't drift any of it, which is a bummer with my homeboys. But honestly, drifting a track like that made me super technical. Did all the fun stuff, and then yeah, my dad just kept pushing me. He's like, we can't just drift for fun. We need to do something. We've been competing the last 20 years, and we're like, we need to do something. So yeah, we started drifting with Demetri. Literally, the first pro-am was with him, so that's why I thought it was so cool to be sitting here with him. And
all comes full circle, man.
it literally full circle. But
Finals.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish you won one more time.
Oh man. But it's a full. My dad lived, and I literally live by like the lifestyle of like, why you can't spend it when you're dead.
Yeah,
let's make all the memories right now. Let's live it up. Whatever we got to do. We both work in TV outside of this. Super fun. So we have to travel a lot, do a bunch of stuff. But it's what makes this happen. So
Sick, dude.
I'm just stoked to be out here. Even though I said that we would like every year, we've always contemplated it. Trust me, we would always be back.
Yeah.
We'd always be back.
No, that's fair. Sick, guys. I'll let you go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This is fun, and yeah, you get to party now, so enjoy.
Let's go.
Thank
Get
you so
some
much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Deuces.
All right, you good? All right, thanks again to all of our drivers for coming on the show. Awesome episode. Please make sure to go and follow them. Support all the PROSPEC drivers. They are the next champions. So get in early, get in now, support them from the beginning. And thank you so much. We'll catch you on the Pro Podium show coming up soon.